Genuine Love Respect. My content is not for everyone, and I say it respectfully. This is currently my 7th live. I am my biggest cheerleader, God's praying in my downfall, and I say it respectfully. I'm doing poetry, my swag. To the genuine ones, no one's intentions. Never give up on yourself because someone's sending you an evil lie or trying to put blockers in your life. When you learn from your past, you can't wait for your actions. Never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. I am my biggest cheerleader, and I say that respectfully. You know, the thing about the forecast, it would truly feel the hold on 1 second, but self-love truly lasts. But allowing yourself to not to fold when it comes to a storm. Who would have knew that your self-love would truly be strong? Being thankful when it comes to your potential. Regardless trying to distract you right to left. Hold on 1 second. Your potential starts with them when it comes to being authentic. How allow you to see how truly amazing truly you are. Regardless trying to count you out. And I say that respectfully. You know, it's going to be certain chicks and dudes that don't want you to go far when it comes to hold on 1 second. You know, like loving yourself, to better yourself, using your discernment when it comes to better days ahead, but overcome and hold on 1 second, the storm they can relate to. They trying to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially at the end of the day, or because you balance and hold on 1 second, healing trauma and pain. That discernment is different when it comes to hold on 1 second. Shadow work truly is different, was never competition. When chicks and dudes try to do you filthy at the end of the day, how truly amazing you are. You know, my content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. I guess because I'm not talking about violence, hurting the next person when it comes to my arithmetic at the end of the day. You know, hold on 1 second, vocabulary. It be the shit of thought for me. Our history ain't gotta be the same when it comes to percentile. And I say that respectfully, actually meaning what you say. Your boundaries usually is different because you got self-respect for yourself. Everything that you come into at the end when it comes to certain folks' mindset, when it comes to their mental health, you ain't gotta get physical. How chicks and dudes try to antagonize you when it comes to your growth, but never get discouraged when it comes to hold on 1 second, change conversation. And I ain't talking about your pockets because someone tried to make you feel at the end they trying to bully out your knowledge. That's the most powerful gift that you can possibly have. Using your discernment, allowing yourself to balance, hold on 1 second, confidence starts within. You know, like loving yourself, to better yourself. I've been going live all morning, let alone hold on 1 second this afternoon. I say that respectfully. It's currently my 7th live. I ain't doing it for you, and I say that respectfully. The one who's sending the evil lie. Never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. Being comfortable in your skin, they want you to be in a chokehold when it comes to motivation. Hold on 1 second, authenticity starts with that. I may not make sense to the average person because I math ain't damn sure ain't gonna add it when it comes to a blessing. Hold on 1 second, I have the energy harvest or destiny strike with someone else's potential. And I say that's because I ain't have trust issues. I ain't have to dibble and dabble, play with magic and spell with witchcraft and voodoo. And I say this respectfully, everybody's walk of life ain't the same, but hold on 1 second, keep your malicious intentions in your own lane. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I'm Niyah Genuine Love Respect, and I am my biggest cheerleader. And I say that respectfully. I may not be eye appealing to you, but my content not for you. It's a train of thought for me. And I say that respectfully. Today is currently August 3rd, 2026, and I am my biggest cheerleader, regardless who shows up or not. And I say that respectfully, or regardless trying to put blockers in my life. I am my biggest cheerleader. It was far from a lose. They try to control you to be a loser, or because they try to trick you out your spot when it comes to your self-love. But God balanced the tools within your vocabulary, allowing you to see why you truly elevate when it comes to hold on 1 second, far from being blindsided when it came to hold on 1 second. Authenticity allow you to see why you wasn't trying to project pain another day, regardless try to, rain on your parade. And I say that respectfully. Because when you love yourself, you ain't trying to become your worst enemy, let alone no prison. And I say that respectfully. It's truly a repeated constant thing at the end of the day. Because when you look back at you, discern what you've been through or overcome, they would never understand how you truly elevate. Regardless who send you the evil lie with malicious intentions, they would never understand that you truly prosper in. That you truly prosper in. Always be yourself, regardless praying your downfall. I'm Niyah Genuine Love Respect, and I am my biggest cheerleader, and I say that respectfully. Regardless, I don't want you to smile more. Check you out, don't dim your light. Check you out, don't dim your light. Check you out, don't dim your light. Now I'm talking about your reflection, don't dim your light. They want you to be discouraged when it comes to your discernment. The energy has different when it's far from fake hello. And I say that respectfully. Hold on 1 second. Someone wasn't sending you the evil lie. Because everybody ain't got malicious intentions when they actually introduce themselves to you. How you actually elevate when it comes to better days ahead. They would never understand that paper and pen hits different. I say that respectfully. Hold on 1 second. God was showing you a blessing. You know, because you allowed yourself to take notes when it came to Psalm 1, 2, 3, or 20. And I say this respectfully. Taking notes when it comes to your reflection, because we all don't pray the same. Because hold on 1 second, I wasn't trying to be my worst sin in me. Imagine praying differently from the opposite sex or not. How chicks and dudes will want you to treat yourself right. Hold on 1 second. Oh, because you balance self-love truly hits different. Allowing yourself to balance a testimony so great. Allowing you to see what you overcame. Hold on 1 second. That was pain that day. Regardless if you have your moms and your pops in your life or not. There's going to be certain chicks and dudes that don't want you to be comfortable in your own skin, but hold on 1 second. They would never understand that you wasn't trying to worship the devil, don't sell your soul when it comes to elevating, continue to prosper when it comes to better days ahead. Loving yourself, don't get discouraged, and I say that respectfully. Don't get discouraged, and I say that respectfully. I'm Niyah Genuine Love Respect, and I am my biggest cheerleader. And I'm far from a hater. Always be yourself regardless of prayer and your downfall. I'm Niyah Genuine Love Respect, and this is peace.
Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the voice. I said what I said. Stop the voice. I'd say genuine ones with no malicious intentions. No, for real. The ones that's not sending the evil out. And I say that respectfully. Niyah posts every single day. This is currently her 7th live. And I say that respectfully. Hope all is well in your end. You know, the ones who ain't got malicious intentions. We on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, and we post throughout the day. And I say that respectfully. Niyah would never hurt herself, regardless praying to her downfall. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Loving yourself is not a crime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know, the fact that self-love is every day. You know, regardless to the time zone, day of the week, you know, like Monday through Sunday, at the end of the day, how chicks and dudes want you to get discouraged when it comes to your own discernment. All because you balance conversation when it comes to motivation. Loving yourself, don't get discouraged. I love myself, I'm truly paying attention. Regardless who's trying to send me the evil lie. God's allowed me to see why I prosper. Hold on 1 second, it was far from a lie. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. Regardless of trying to distract you. No, for real. You are my sunshine. You are a blessing. Hold on 1 second. The fact that you chose one when it comes to two, who would have knew? It would allow you to see why God was through you. Allow you to see why God was never overlooking you. Your reflection. Overcoming domestic violence, racial discrimination, hate crime, violence, gang stalking, and hacking. You are worthy, you said out loud. You are worthy, you said it proud. There's going to be certain chicks and dudes trying to take credit for God's work. They're going to put blockers in your life all because you discernment. 10. Loving yourself not to get discouraged. Far from being humble, they would never understand that God endured within you. Allow me to see why you balance your vocabulary. Far from a crash out regardless of trying to antagonize you. Loving yourself, don't get discouraged. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. No, for real. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. We go live every night at 10:15, between 10:15 and 11:15 p.m., and Niyah would never hurt herself, and I say that respectfully. Regardless of behind the scene antagonizing her or throwing her life at the end of the day, she would never hurt herself. I'm going to do a little poetry on occasion be, Niyah!
Do your thing, peace.
I chose one far from being tapped out. Far from capping when it comes to my self-love. Hold on 1 second, I'm truly representing my self-love. Yeah, I'm truly representing, my self-love. I'm truly representing, my self-love. Did it have to take that person trying to discover you? All because you wasn't trying to count you out. All because you was balancing God's intuition, his different. Using your discernment when it comes to your self-love. Far from hating. It's going to be certain chicks and dudes acting like they know you, trying to ruin your life, trying to paint you to be an addict, let alone something that you're not at the end of the day, all because someone wants you to be bent out of shape, to be a crash out, regardless who's showing that you are worthy. Hold on 1 second, continue your discernment. Loving yourself, not to dim your light. Loving yourself, not to dim your light. I chose myself Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moments. I balanced one when it comes to two. Motivation allowed me to see how strong I truly was. Hold on 1 second, it was truly a dream come true. It didn't matter was that couple, that man or woman, that warlock, that witch, that older person. At the end of the day, you know that elder, it be a chin to throw for me. How you know how to respect your elders, but they sending you to spell work in a toxic way. They want you to dim your light, but self-love is different. Dim your light, but self-love is different. I wasn't trying to fall when it came to conversation. I'm balancing my calories every single day. Hold on 1 second, that was none of your business. Be yourself! Never feel wrong for expressing yourself to the wrong person. When you never have malicious intentions, and I say that respectfully. When you're truly your biggest cheerleader at the end of the day, and you fall from a crash out, how individuals try to threaten you with your own creativity, regardless if you're a content creator or not. At the end of the day, never give up on yourself being authentic, and I say that respectfully. My content ain't for everybody, and I say that respectfully. You know, me and Niyah, we work together. No third party, and I say that respectfully. Our Heavenly Mother, Father God. And when we speak about God, it's not manipulation or malicious intentions, and I say that respectfully. I was far from resenting myself. They would never understand balance is different. Overcoming violence, who wouldn't know at the end of the day? Tackle accountability for not hurting your reflection. Fall into that depression, God said no, not today. I love myself not to get discouraged. Thank you, God, for being patient with me. Hold on 1 second. They did not stop projecting on me what they malicious intentions, but I didn't lose me. Thank you, God, for allowing me to see.
I'm Niyah Genuine Love Respect, and I am my biggest cheerleader. You know, like I said, my content is not for everybody. Normally, you'll see my background with butterflies and respect and a whole bunch of other things, or whatever the case may be. You know, never get discouraged of coming out of your comfort zone. And I say that respectfully. Even just choosing yourself every single day is coming out your comfort zone of learning yourself, growing, learning to take the leap of faith, learning to balance that you are worthy regardless who doesn't choose you today. Someone didn't choose you yesterday, but you still choose yourself today. Like I said, my content is not for everybody, and that's okay. I am my biggest cheerleader, and I am Niyah Genuine Love Respect. And I work alone when it comes to my creativity. If you're an authentic person, never get discouraged because someone wants you to lose your discernment, or someone wants you to get discouraged because they invade your space. And because you speak up for yourself, what you overcame when it comes to domestic violence, racism, discrimination, hate crime, violence, gang stalking, and hacking. Never give up on yourself because someone is threatening your life to project fear, and they would not stop. You know, like I said, my content is not for everybody, and that's okay. But I would never stop choosing myself because someone overlooked me, or didn't get the chance to get to know me. Because everybody's not for you. Individuals try to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, energy, harvest all of your energy. But greatness always starts with you when you choose you. It's not that you think you're better than somebody. Folks want you to be vulnerable and unemotionally unavailable. They want you to paint you out to be misunderstood so folks can't relate to you. But it does not mean stop choosing you. I don't play with magic, witchcraft, voodoo. I don't gotta project hexes on nobody's life. And I say that respectfully. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, I am my biggest cheerleader. Poetry, my swag. Regardless to what zip code, county, country, or whatever the case may be, or community, I would never get discouraged because someone is threatening my life that they won't stop. Regardless who believes me or not, I'm going to always be Niyah and respected. I'm not just a number at the end of the day. And it's not my first time talking like this either. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Self-development, that energy is different. 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 Balancing your blessing, hold on 1 second. Balancing your blessing, hold on 1 second. Wow. Even when you take a moment to yourself to see how far you came along when it comes to this thing called life, Regardless who's trying to take credit for God's work, never be misled when it comes to hold on 1 second using your discernment. Regardless who's trying to get your life together, regardless praying to get down for you, understanding how to balance the weather. They trying to make you feel you're supposed to be so confused. Loving yourself, God truly gave you the proper tools. Your vocabulary truly being balanced when it comes to better days ahead. Regardless you got a speech problem or not, at the end of the day, hold on 1 second, you still choose yourself another day. You know, my content is not for everybody. This is currently my 7th live today. And I am my biggest cheerleader, and I'm Niyah Genuine Respect. And I love to talk about love. And when it comes to my creativity, regardless trying to blackmail me behind the scenes, I would never give up on myself, and I say that respectfully.
Love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one truly for you.
The fact that you was far from out of touch. The fact that you was far from out of touch. Wow. They said that you wasn't in tune with yourself. But loving yourself would truly have someone controlling the narrative, or because they didn't want someone to see your potential. They try to do you filthy when it comes to communication, or because someone truly balanced self-love is different. Hold on 1 second, that was your reflection. Balancing your self-love, good day, bad day, even misunderstanding day. And I said it respectfully, how true love is truly great. Allowing you to see why your boundaries is different. A walk of life, hold on 1 second, someone trying to discourage you, but who would someone be praying for you? And I said it respectfully. I may not make sense to the average person, but that's just like you too. Imagine trying to express yourself to somebody that finally sees you and don't call you slow, stupid, or retarded. And you're far from insecure. They just want to understand you. They're not overlooking you. Respect goes a long way, far from being your worst enemy, let alone prisoner. Regardless of cheering on you in the background, I say that respectfully. How someone's by your side, truly hold on 1 second. It wasn't just more so a ride or die, but who would have knew true love was far from blindsided. Someone didn't have to manipulate God when it came to truly loving you. You know you're so incredible when it comes to hold on 1 second, being emotionally available. How two people on the same page pour into each other, far from shortchanging each other when it comes to loyalty. Respect goes a long way. Who would have knew that someone dream be praying for you when it comes to your peace? You know, because your past didn't work out when it comes to your reflection. But who would have knew at the end of your healing what truly hit different? Someone sees you, respects you. You know your past showed you at the end that you're not worthy. Because someone to do you filthy when it came to one-sided conversation, having their cake and eat it too, let alone disrespecting you, acting like they fell in love with you, but they really was trying to play you. Only for you to realize that hold on 1 second, someone's trying to do it for $1 on likes and music, cloud chasing or fame. Hold on 1 second, but God was not misleading you another day. Overcoming domestic violence, racial discrimination, hate, crime, and violence, gang stalking, and hacking. Someone have malicious intentions when it comes to praying against you. But when the right person walk into like they uplift you, how that conversation truly hits different. Someone should allow you to see it's okay to love. Hold on 1 second, far from toxic. You know when you gain a love, a best friend, a business partner, everybody's walk of life ain't the same. It was just more than just a walk in the park because someone should allow you to see it's okay to elevate. You know when the world's against you, sending the evil lie. Overcoming what you've been through was far from trauma bonding. And I say that respectfully because someone's trying to resent you. When someone truly allowed you to see they didn't have to get physical. Hurting you wasn't part of their process, let alone conversation. When they went to God, regardless, y'all didn't pray the same. But hold on 1 second, y'all prayer still hits different. Because hold on 1 second, y'all wasn't praying against each other. Hold on 1 second, devil and downward spirit wasn't part of your vocabulary to show someone out their free will. You know, because when the right person loves you, that energy is different. I say that respectfully. You know, when the right person sees you, they respect you. And true love is not complicated when someone actually introduces themselves to you. You know, like I said, my content is not for everybody. And that's okay. And I'm cool with knowing at the end of the day, regardless of see this video or not, I'm going to always be Niyah Genuine Love Respect, regardless of who's threatening my life or not. And I say that respectfully. I am my biggest cheerleader, regardless of those in my face that God is not real, because they're willing to put blockers in my life or threaten my life at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. And that's okay. But when the right persons walk into your life, they see you, they hate you, respect you. They ain't got a hand problem And true love damn sure wasn't complicated when it comes to loving you right the first time around. How true love was far from blindsided.
No answer, Jacob. I said what I said.
It's currently my 7th live. I'm Niyah Genuine Respect, and I'm cool at the end of the day. I'm far from a crash out, regardless of praying to my downfall. Loving yourself is not a crime. You know, when the right people walk into your life, they're not sending you evil lie or have malicious intentions towards you. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. It's currently 20 minutes to this video and 20 seconds, and the time continues to go. And this is currently my 7th live, and I am my biggest cheerleader, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. I don't care who's threatening my life behind the scene, that nobody's gonna believe me. I'm gonna always choose myself. I'm Niyah, genuine love, respect, and I'm far from a hater. Be yourself! And I work alone when it comes to my creativity. And don't nobody control how I say what I say out of my mouth when it comes to my creativity. And I say that respectfully. And if you're a content creator dealing with domestic violence, racial discrimination, hate crime, and violence, gang stalking, and hacking, never give up on yourself when I say that respectfully. Regardless of trying to put blockers in your life, or trying to blackmail you against you, or folks acting like they know you at the end of the day. Never give up on yourself. I am my biggest cheerleader. Be yourself.